In today's video, I have 3 new support roles to share with you. These opportunities are with a software company, one's an ed tech, and another one is a mental health tech company, as you see here on the screen. And for these roles, you only need 1 to 2 years of customer support experience. For the healthcare company, they prefer that you have a healthcare background or just customer support in some capacity. And the pay range can go up to 73K for the highest paying role. And also, 2 of these companies hire in Canada and the US. I did have requests for some positions that hire Canadians as well as US citizens. So I have 2 of those for you today. And also, one of these positions is also a contract role, which is another popular request. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Welcome back to Home Base Haven, your safe haven for real work from home jobs. If you are new, there are several of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's get you caught up to speed. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter already, please go ahead and do so at the link below. This is where you can sign up right here, and my email subscribers are the first ones to get these job leads before I put it out on YouTube. And if you look down here, you'll see the products I have available for you. Here's your free download. It's 20 remote job sites to help you with your job search. There's also my Get Paid to Train AI beginner's guide. It's a reference guide that if you're new to that type of work that requires no resume and no interview. And I also have a video series on my channel that talks more about that. And then there's some other applicable links here as well. All right, you guys, let's look at the first company. It's Modern Health, and they are in the mental health space. It says Modern Health is a mental health benefits platform for employers. We are the first global mental health solution to offer employees access to one-on-one, group, and self-serve digital resources for their emotional, professional, social, financial, and physical well-being needs, all within one platform. They're looking for a phone support associate, and they put it's remote and primarily serving the West Coast, but it doesn't specify that you have to live on the West Coast. Now, in this role, you're going to join a mission-driven member operations team that is focused on enhancing and supporting the member journey. The ideal candidate thrives in an environment where they're able to both help individual members and build our operational processes that will enable their function to scale and grow. They go more into detail about what you'll be doing here. You're going to assist in building out new vertical, navigating the unknown, and ultimately helping create a personable member experience. You're going to support members over the phone, manage member escalations, assist in developing long-term support strategy, things like that. What they want you to have is 1 to 2 years of phone support experience. Let me make the screen a little bit brighter. At a technology or healthcare company, early seed or seed stage startup experience is preferred. So if you happen to have worked for a startup before, which I'm sure they understand most people have not, that would be a preference. But again, that's why it's a preference and a requirement. Ability to create clear and thoughtful documentation, experience and comfort utilizing a CRM tool. So that's basically just a tool to document your interactions with customers. Empathetic and loves helping others. Strong communication across the board. Works well with different kinds of people. Excellent organizational skills. Ability to thrive in a rapidly changing environment. Enthusiastic and methodical. And they go over their benefits package here, which is pretty standard and looks good as well. And the pay for this role, now they have a pay scale and it's based on zones, which many companies do, especially in the tech space. So depending on where you live in the country, would depend on your salary range. So of course, we're going to have the Bay Area and the New York City Metro is going to be at the highest end. It's 62K to 73K per year. But the majority of these roles will fall in those other 3 zones. So on the low end, we have $46,538 per year. And on the high end, we have $65,700 per year, which is pretty good for a remote role, especially in the health tech space. So it's something to consider if you are interested in a remote role in this industry. Let's look at the next one. This is with a company called Asset Watch, and this is a software brand, and they're looking for a customer support rep. It says Asset Watch serves global manufacturers by powering manufacturing uptime through the delivery of an unparalleled condition monitoring experience with a passion to care about the assets our customers care for every day. So in this role, the customer support rep will develop an understanding of their products, which they of course will train you on, and services to support both hardware and network outages for external customers. You will collaborate with stakeholders to ensure timely and long-term solutions. So the different ways you're going to communicate You're going to handle incoming streams of support requests via their software. So, like, think ticket requests, support tickets, phone, email, and internal requests. Coordinate with internal and external stakeholders. Work internally across multiple departments. So, they have that team collaboration aspect. Willingness to pick up the phone and dial customers within short notice to address issues before they grow in scope. So, you need to take ownership of situations you see coming. Build a strong, trusting relationship with all customer and internal stakeholders, identify opportunities to proactively address potential challenges, and you guys get the idea. The qualifications here are 2 years of some form of technical support or equivalent experience, and 2 years of customer service interaction in person or virtual. So that leaves it pretty open to just a wide range of client or customer experience, and make sure you speak up those transferable skills always, because you can see that tends to be the same things we see over and over. Experience with high volume support ticketing systems, of course, is preferred. Experience with CRM tools, so that kind of goes hand in hand there. If you've worked any customer type of role, chances are you've used some sort of tool or some sort of software to document your interactions. So if you haven't used something like Salesforce, you could still speak to how you documented the interaction with customers or clients, and ability to use remote communication tools to interact and add value to internal and external stakeholders. So again, just communication in written format is what they're looking for there. And then they let you know what they offer in terms of benefits. I do want to highlight they have unlimited PTO. Hello. And also, this is one of the companies that hires both in the US and in Canada. So I just want to point that out for those that were interested in roles for Canadians, at least for Ontario. Unfortunately, the pay for this role was not clearly stated, and I don't want to guess for you guys, but according to their Glassdoor page, you can see the kind of ranges they have. I didn't see anything that had the exact same title as the customer support rep. This is a manager level, of course. We expect to see that go into the six figures. Here's another one that's more mid-range. My guess would be, I don't want to give you a guess to stand on, but if I were to take an educated guess based on what I look at every day, I would say this is probably more of the range you could expect. Typically not six figures for a role that isn't more of a leadership type role in this space, but it is possible, of course. We have seen it before, but your best guess will be somewhere in here. And this is here for you to look at. Next, we'll look at this role at OutSchool, which is a very popular online home learning platform where parents can utilize different classes in all kinds of categories, any category or subject you can think of for homeschooling and home learning, from actual teachers that are on there with different programs and different classes. And that company is looking for a support escalations associate. As you can see, it is a contract position, another popular request on this channel. And they also hire again in the US and Canada. This doesn't specify just Ontario, so it might be more open in this role. And it says OutSchool's mission is to inspire kids to love learning in our fast-changing world. The traditional education system struggles to meet the diverse and evolving needs of young learners. OutSchool reimagines this system, offering flexible and engaging learning experiences as a supplement and alternative to traditional education. So I love that as someone who has homeschooled myself. And it says about the role, as part of the support escalation team, you will help ensure every parent, teacher, and learner in the OutSchool community has a great experience. You'll become an expert in OutSchool's inner workings, handling escalated customer tickets, and supporting QA of other conversations. We're looking for someone with strong investigative, decision-making, and writing skills who can work independently to resolve complex, ambiguous issues in a fast-paced environment. Now, I do want to highlight this may not be a role where you have to spend a lot of time on the phone, which is great. So it says you primarily will communicate via email, which I know most of us love that don't like being on the phone all the time. So I want to mention that. And they want you to be a quick learner with a passion for OutSchool. So if you're passionate about education, or maybe about homeschooling and home learning, or alternative methods for students to learn in more inviting ways in different diverse aspects, you could speak to that to show that you connect with their mission, excellent written communication skills, strong investigative and decision making. We did read that already. Fast-paced environment, nice to have. So in other words, preferences, not requirements. If you've worked in education for K through 12, if you have startup experience, if you have a Bachelor of Arts degree, and background in escalated support or QA, you can mention that as well. Again, these are all preferences, and they recruit across the US and Canada. This role is anticipated to work 35 to 40 hours per week with an hourly rate of $25 per hour. And it says this is a contract role. As a contractor, benefits are not included. However, a full benefits package would be available if converted to a full-time employee. So that means that there's potential for you to expand this contract role into being a full-time employee. Maybe if you show real initiative, you're a fast learner, and you really take to the role and take ownership of your work and perform well, they might offer you a full-time position and you get full benefits package, still working from home, maybe even a higher pay rate. Who knows? The possibilities are there. So something to think about if you're interested. And they go over in detail their benefits and culture just to give you an idea more about what they're about, which if you're going to apply, you always want to look into that before you speak to a representative from the company of any sort. So just want to point that out for you guys. I hope you like these leads for today. If you did, please make sure you like this video, share it with someone else that could benefit from these leads. Leave me a comment if letting me know what industries you're interested in. And that really helps when I'm doing my job search. As you see, I point out which ones are based on requests so that you guys know that I am listening and I am actively searching for what you're asking for to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.